How high does the collar go on the boot?
Just sort of thigh high.
Thigh high. Is it made out of Is it made out of latex or leather?
Hi, welcome to Going Along with Cycling Weekly, the cycling podcast about all things ultra, bikepacking and adventure riding. My name is Stephen Shrubsall. Stephen today, things are getting serious. I'm your host, and with me is my colleague, brother and co-host, James Shrubsall. Hello, James.
Hiya, Steve. You all right?
Not bad, mate. Getting there.
Good.
And also Mr. Ian Toe. He's back for more. Good man. Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks, Steve.
Question, where's all your hair gone? It was somewhat longer last month.
How can you accuse me of where my hair's gone when
Well, you know,
you seem to have a bit of a patch at the back?
yeah, that's why I haven't got a bird's eye video camera.
Can we move on from this? Because it's very distressing.
Well,
This is triggering me.
James doesn't want the receding hairline to be highlighted.
Right, it looks like someone's just done it. But I'm bringing my cap next time. Again.
Where is your hair?
Well, I went to the hairdressers to get it a little bit trimmed,
Yeah.
and she just sheared me like a sheep before I realised what was going on. Just stuck clippers in, and
Well, didn't she ask you what grade you wanted?
no,
So she just literally went and
Yeah.
butchered it. Seriously.
like with a lawnmower.
So how did you respond to the first sort of clipping?
Shock. But there wasn't anything I could do at that point in time.
I suppose if she sheared you like a sheep, at least she didn't get you on the floor between her legs. Or just kind of forcefully do it and then chuck you out.
Easy, mate, easy. Let's keep it clean.
It wasn't one of those bulbs.
This is a family podcast. That's not quite one of them.
Your family, but
I've been watching Clarkson's Farm. Sorry, I'm full of farming.
Animal Farm.
You're full of shite.
There was a lot of that as well. Right.
Sorry, manure.
Yes.
Yeah. Haircut. So did they apologise for like shaving it all?
No, I just handed over my money and left and swore never to come back.
Was it? So you didn't actually mention the fact that she'd taken off or he had taken off or they had taken off
I don't think she'd have taken kindly to any sort of feedback. So
All right. Okay.
paid my money, left.
Yeah.
Never to return.
All right. Okay.
Oh, it looks pretty smart, to be fair, mate. I mean, you know,
I'm
can't
glad.
say anything against it.
I thought it would look a little bit convict style, maybe
Yeah,
military.
I must admit, when I spoke to you on the video call last week, you did sort of have that air of thug about you. You know, I thought, oh my God, you know, what's he? Is he trying to reinvent himself?
Air de thuggery. Interesting.
Yeah,
That's not a reputation I want.
yeah.
Hair de thuggery.
So, what are we talking about this week, Steve?
Actually, I've got a little bit of a tale because I went to Romania a couple of weeks ago.
And you came back and survived.
I came back and survived, and I survived when I was out there as well. Yeah, Romania. 2 thumbs up. Couldn't fault the place.
Right. So what took you over there, Steve?
Well, eventually, I've mentioned this in a podcast before that I went out there with some mates. They went out there. Their sole reason was to go to Bran Castle because they're into Dracula. For some reason, they like fangs and blood and scariness.
Well, you know, it's the 31st of October approaching.
I like fangs and blood and scariness as well. So I headed up into the Carpathian Mountains and rode with the bears.
You rode with the bears.
Well,
bears on bikes.
Nicely segued there.
With Steve.
I know for a fact that there were bears present. Because my tour guide, I yielded and got a tour guide because I phoned up the bike shop. Massive experience in Brasov, great guys. Very informative as well about cycling in that part of the world, as you would be if you lived there. He said basically, you know, there are now 12,000 bears in Romania. Up from 4,000 a couple of months. A few years
ago. Yeah, that's
and
Breeding
basically people. I mean, it's unlikely if you go to Brasov and cycle in the Carpathian Mountains, you're going to get killed. But it's the people that stop and try and get pictures and try and even feed the bears.
You've got a story about that.
Yeah.
You told me about somebody who tried to feed bears.
Yeah, there was an Italian motorcyclist, and this was just in July, just gone. He was motorcycling down, quite near Brasov, and there was a bear on the side of the road. And I think he purposely went back to get some food from somewhere and went to feed it to the bear, and he got a selfie. Poor guy. I mean, this was in the papers if you look it up on the internet. He took a selfie, and I think moments after that selfie was taken, he was dragged down into a ravine and basically killed by a very large brown bear. But I mean, you don't, if you go into Brasov to ride mountain bikes, probably do so with a guide.
I mean, that does sound tragic, but it does also sound like it's a Darwin Award, you know?
Oh, without doubt.
It's not really clever to feed the bears.
I mean, but I guess, you know... If
all the signs are up saying, don't feed the bears.
Yeah.
Bears are dangerous, and it's not like cute, cuddly signs of...
But the thing is,
that
a bear, like a baby bear, a bear cub, you know, they look cute and cuddly.
Until Mama Bear
that sounds even more dangerous, yeah.
But their mothers, to a degree, look quite cute and cuddly. But I actually found it quite surreal cycling around there to think round the corner there could be a huge brown bear. So it made the trip a little bit more exciting, even more so when I sort of rounded one corner, and Alex, the guy who I went out with, he said, "Oh, stop a minute." And I looked back, and there was a huge pile of excrement on the trail.
We're back to that, are we?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't ride through it in the first place. You had to be pointed at it.
To be honest, I was more focused on, like, I don't know, I was focused on the actual beauty of the Carpathian Mountains. It is a stunning...
Yeah, we haven't talked about that, actually. It's a nice place, is it?
Absolutely. Absolutely beautiful, breathtaking scenery. Yeah.
Nice.
Lovely, great trails there in outside of Brasov. I mean, Brasov is 2,000 feet up anyway, so about 600 meters, but you can climb up to 5,000 feet just at the back of Brasov.
Okay.
And then single track all the way back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that. And Brasov itself, what an amazing city. Really nice square. You could eat, you know, it's a quite touristy, you know, it was like a classic European square where you've got the seats all the way around. You know, the squares where you got the bars, you know, and the restaurants. So we sat down there, had some food, 2 courses, 2 beers, 17 quid. So
bit upmarket from your £5 meal deal then.
I couldn't find any meal deals in Brasov.
Did you actually look?
Yeah, I mean, I took my Tesco's club card and everything. So, sorry.
No meal deals.
Yeah, no meal deals. So, yeah, thoroughly recommend that as a somewhere different to go. Yeah, and it was incredibly clean as well. People really nice, really friendly people. Yeah, it's nice to get somewhat off the beaten track.
Yeah.
So it sounds like
cool.
It sounds like you go back.
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't?
Yeah, I don't think I would. Not because there was anything wrong with the place, but I think, you know, as you get a bit older, I don't know, I just want to fit as many different places in as possible. So I think...
I suppose feeling like you're not about to be eaten alive when you do your rides in the woods is also a sort of...
Yeah, well, I am lucky enough to be going to Sardinia in a couple of weeks, and I think the worst they can do there is a Sardinian red deer, which I'm not that bothered about.
Sounds like a step down.
And wild boars, who...
They're not shy. They're not particularly vicious or aggressive.
No.
The danger from those sorts of animals is more like crashing into them.
Yeah.
And for deer, it's not crashing into the first deer. It's the second or third deer which gets you, because as they hop over the road, they follow each other. So you may see one, and then you miss the other 2.
Yeah.
In fact, whole herds in that part of the world. Slovakia, Czechia, Romania.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I mean, but it did add that extra element of pure excitement.
Yeah.
And I was like buzzing during the rides, like, am I going to see a bear?
Yeah.
So it really, you know, my heart was thudding, you know, but, well, it calmed down after a bit. I wasn't, you know.
So did you see any bears in person?
No.
This is a bit of a circular conversation, though, because it just so happens that the guy that cut my hair, or what I've got left of it, recently,
Was a bear.
was from Romania.
Okay.
And he showed me on his phone pictures of people feeding bears
Really?
on their motorbikes. You know, I guess they were on YouTube or just videos, actually. Just people just stop there, just going, here you go, have some food. I mean,
Well, there's some of the bears that go into the cities. Bears actually go into Brasov city.
okay.
So, you know, we were told to stay out of the park after dark. Not because there's like...
You're a poet and you didn't even know it.
Not because there's sort of teenagers getting drunk on the park benches, but because there are bears that want to, like, rifle in through the rubbish.
Wanted to get drunk as well.
Yeah, well, looking for empties.
Drunken bears?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, top
Dangerous.
tip. Best beer I sampled over there, Ursus,
Which means bear.
which means bear.
Oof.
I think, what's the Latin for grizzly bear? Ursus horribilis, something like that. But yeah, brown, this Ursus beer. Wow. I do love a blonde lager. A blonde beer. And Romanian is a Latin language as well, which is a bit strange. Well, they're bang in the middle of Slavic countries.
Why is it called Romania?
And it's a relatively new country as well. It's only
But the
end of the First World
you
War.
know, this was settled by the Romans, and it became the provinces of Dacia, which is the car. Dacia
Bit of a history lesson
from Romania.
Yeah. All right. You know more about Romania than me.
Assume
It's in the name, Romaine.
No, but
Yeah.
Romania has only been in existence since 1919.
For sure. Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Or 19... Just,
or is it 1019?
it might be. It's got a 19
One of the
in it.
two.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, we digress
Something in 19.
quite considerably. James, what are we talking about today?
we are talking about new tech, new gizmos, new kit, new gadgets, and new clothing that we'd potentially recommend other people check out too for 2026.
Now, funnily enough, I've literally just had a phone call from a chap called Steve at Hydrapack, basically a hydration company.
Yeah.
They sell various different bottles,
Yes.
and,
Bladders
and stuff like that.
tubes, and all sorts of hydration
Yeah.
systems.
He's literally just got off the phone to me now, and I'm really excited because he's actually going to send me next week my very first tech item, and that is a Hydrapack breakaway bottle with a filter. Now, as I've mentioned on this podcast several times, I keep running out of water. I have to drink a lot. I sweat a lot, therefore I need to drink a lot, and
You're a heavy sweater.
I am a heavy sweater, 2.9 litres an hour, FYI. I've said that more times than I care to remember. Yeah, I need to drink a lot of water, and it's not always possible to find a supermarket or a petrol station or a cafe or a pub, is it? Yeah, a lot of the time in these, for example, in Via, I mean, I bet you're in Via, the race that Ian runs, founded, organises. I bet you've really got to look at hydration points carefully.
I think, especially in the south of Europe, so Spain, Italy, you've got to be quite careful. I think in places like Norway, it's a country known to be a country full of water. That's why they have so many hydroelectric plants there. Most of their, in fact, almost 100% of their power is renewables. So water is much more plentiful and also cleaner. So
When you say plentiful, you mean plentiful within fountains or within natural sources?
fountains, toilets, anything. Not the actual toilet itself,
Good
Steve.
Lord, man.
No, you don't have to
You really
scoop
have
out
to
the bowl.
stoop to a new low.
a loo, no.
A loo, no.
I mean, it was
Loo, no.
definitely a loo.
Yeah.
That's definitely in the brain.
Loo,
I mean,
no.
the Norwegian water is so clean.
Yeah. You can
that,
drink out the bog.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Okay.
But they do have a saying that while other people buy Norwegian water and say, "Oh, this is so tasty," they say, "This is what I wash my dishes in." So yeah,
So
Norway.
you're probably okay there for hydration purposes.
Oh, for sure.
on
You
the
can
bike.
drink from streams. You can drink from the rivers there.
But
No
even
problem.
so, I mean, Norway sounds like the ideal place for me to go and ride a bike.
Well, I think at 2.9 litres an hour, you could probably run out of fluids in Norway. as
I'll
well.
be draining the
That's a
fjords,
pretty serious amount, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the fjords are saltwater.
Attenborough will be there, giving me a verbal battering. Me. Are they salt water?
Fjords are saltwater. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the rivers and streams which feed the fjords will be fresh water, often being fed by glaciers themselves, which are and snow melt, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Coming back to Italy, yeah, I mean you can find fountains anywhere. They've got we've got an app called Fontanella, which you can find fountains in virtually every village, town square,
That's interesting.
everywhere around
Yeah.
in Italy.
Yeah.
But we don't have such an app in the UK, which would be nice. There's nothing in, I don't think, France. So
Yeah.
it can be.
Yeah.
It can
Well, I
be
mean,
very-
yeah, for the UK, for me, I mean, on the last few rides I've done, I've sort of gone a long time without finding anywhere to stock up, but I've always minded to stock up plentifully when I have found a shop. But, there's that thing of carrying loads and loads of bottles about your person, whereas with this piece of equipment, this Hydro Pack breakaway filtered bottle, I could potentially, fill up out of streams, rivers, puddles.
So so the idea is it will filter dirty water into clean water.
Well, within reason, yeah. I mean, if you were to take it out of a stream, it's gonna kill the bacteria.
Okay.
Yeah, 90 something percent of it, 99% of bacteria.
Right.
Yeah. So that would make me quite confident. I will do a test on this when I got the product in. So we'll take this bottle out and I'll give it a proper test. And, for in the name of science and cycling, I will drink out of rivers, streams, puddles, and swamps. No, maybe not swamps, but yeah.
So either it will work or you'll be on a rapid weight loss diet.
Which is fine by me. Actually, watch the space for weight loss. Jill Mooney in the house. She's going to
Sort your diet out.
sort my diet out, and her husband Joe, ultra cycling
Legend.
legend,
yeah.
is going to sort my training out. So,
Not to mention, and I guess you'd call Jill Mooney a nutrition legend as well. She's someone that we've had on the podcast a couple of times
she's
now.
amazing.
And her advice and insight is always pretty amazing.
I'm speaking with her tomorrow, and I can't wait, to be honest. So yeah, that would be my first thing, just to make hydration a bit easier, so I never feel like I'm stuck. The Hydroback breakaway filter bottle. That's my first thing. Have a look, Google it.
So
It's amazing.
what size is that? And what does it?
Well, there's bladders. You can
okay.
get bladders as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, basically come in 750s. It's the normal size
Yeah.
bottle, water bottles.
And is it
Or-
a
or
filter
better.
Yeah, it's a filter
over
system.
the top,
That, yeah, it's a
over the bottle, over the bladder?
yeah, it's a filter system that sits at the top there. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, you could imagine that would be just a lifesaver in summer, especially.
I could have used it many times. In my long rides.
Hot
Previous long,
countries, hot weather.
yeah, yeah.
Ideal. So what's your tech tip? Tech.
Your first piece
My
of tech,
first
James?
piece of tech is something that I've been kind of thinking about for a while. And now there's something that has just come on the market, which I love the look of. Quite frankly, I'm never going to be able to afford it, but I'd love to at least try it in 2026. And this is basically suspension and, more pertinently, the new Trek Checkout full suspension gravel bike.
That was on my long list.
Yeah, well, I know, because I know you are a massive fan of full sussing
Yes.
for your rides, for your ultras, and I mean, for me, even kind of riding on sort of 1 hour rides, 2 hour rides, I do find that depending on the surface, and it does vary so much, that you just get a lot of kind of shock through the saddle, less probably through the front, but basically, I'd like a more comfortable perch. And I do a bit of riding on my full sus mountain bike as well, and that is like it's sort of the old magic carpet ride
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
how
what we
much
call it, and I
is
kind
that-
of miss that.
How much is the cost of speed, of rigidity? I mean, what's the lockout situation like? Are there?
Yeah, how much travel?
So the travel is 55 mil at the back. You've got a
precise.
shock mount that's mounted under the top tube,
Yeah.
and then on the forks it's 60 mil. So it's like sort of fairly minimal compared to your average full sus mountain bike, but it's enough to kind of really take the sting out.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
imagine. I mean, I've not ridden it, but it looks very, very intriguing.
Okay, so that is minimal travel, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
even as much as a cross country mountain bike,
No,
which
no,
would be
not at
about
all.
100 mil.
100, yeah.
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 Okay, that sounds a really interesting proposition. Trek, hello. We'd like to test that, please. So,
3.
So yeah, there's three versions of that. I think there's like there's a 5, a 6, and a 7. I think, and they start at £4,500, so $5,500 or so. So
I think you can also buy the frame.
you can get the frame on its own as well. Yeah,
How much is it? It's about £2,500-3,000.
along those lines. But yeah, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be confident enough to
Yeah.
give you a price.
I think.
I mean,
you get a lot of technology for that price in terms of, normally for like a gravel bike, you don't know exactly what you're paying for. Obviously, you get different frame materials and different group sets and wheels. But with
There's
this,
a lot of technology
there's a
in
huge
it.
amount of technology
Yeah.
gone into it. Like,
not to a
All over
brand
the
new,
bike.
a brand new design.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like
I mean,
that's-
research and design that's gone into it.
yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the ultra cyclists who has been testing it, Justinas Lebekas, who's
All right.
a big champion. He's a very nice guy, lives in Norway.
Yeah.
Lithuanian, lives in Norway. So he's been testing it for Trek for probably the last year. I have seen it in the flesh. So yeah, I'm interested as well. But I'm also very curious because I wonder about the benefits over a full suspension mountain bike with lockout. So while it's only 55 millimeters of travel, and you get cross country 100 mil of travel, I think it's quite a heavy frame. I think it's about 2.4 kilos, as on the website. That's what they're listed at. So
So you're thinking like maybe a carbon full sus mountain bike could even be potentially quicker.
I think it could be and more versatile. I mean, this is the question. This is what we'd have to test rather than just getting a new bit of gear. What's the comparison if you ride the Trek? What's it called? Checkout.
Check out, yeah,
The
as opposed to the
checkout.
checkpoint, which is the kind of more standard version, I believe.
So that versus a full sus, with 3-position lockout. What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean that is an interesting one. I suppose for a lot of people, they might have the full sus mountain bike, but kitting it out with drop handlebars, if that is your thing,
It is my thing.
it's yeah. I mean, it's like that's a big undertaking, isn't it?
Not really. I think I just swapped out the bars and the stem. It took me very little time to set it up. So
But you would have to put new brakes on it, right? You'd have to put new levers and calipers.
oh yeah, for sure.
So I mean, obviously, it's quite an outlay, especially if he had it done in a shop, but probably not as much as a Trek checkpoint checkout.
Check out checkpoint.
But obviously
Why
that
not?
is dialing it up a bit. But dialing it back is another thing, sort of very much related to this that I was kind of already thinking about, and that is a suspension seat post. Really interested to try one of those for the same reason, really, just for more comfort. A lot of them, I mean, I think the sort of long-held idea of suspension seat posts is that they're clunky and heavy, but there's quite a few sort of fairly light and sort of advanced models on the market now. So
And you actually used one, didn't you, in the Specialized Roubaix? Did that have one?
no, the Roubaix didn't have one.
Oh, right.
As far as I remember, it definitely had suspension up front. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
the
that's
Roubaix had a tiny bit of give, and I'm not sure what the system was exactly.
Because
Yeah.
the giant Revolt X I rode for most of 2023 had 40 mil give.
Oh yeah, well, because he had a sort of a dropper post,
dropper
didn't you,
post
with
as well.
some give in it, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
I remember riding that, and that was pretty cool.
It was really comfortable. It was a very comfortable bike.
Yeah,
My downhill friends, they rave about dropper seat posts. It is a complete game changer for technical descents.
Yeah,
And I've got one, so
yeah.
okay. But has it got the suspension in it? Because that's what a lot of dropper posts do have now. Is like a little bit of built-in suspension. You can buy it sort of with or without.
I should know, but I haven't actually fitted it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. Yeah, that's my limited experience with rear seat post suspension. I'm not going to call it a game changer, but it does make life a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, and as I say, I had the front suspension that's built into the those specialized bikes, the Creo that I used, and also the Roubaix, and it was really nice. It just sort of takes the edge off, what's going on. And
Comfort is king, absolutely.
Yeah.
On all
especially on ultra riding,
Absolutely,
when you're going
yeah.
for so long. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
You
I
need
think next year I'll be riding a full susser a lot.
yeah, because you've been riding a hardtail
I have,
this year, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's persuaded you to change?
Well, just speaking with various people, riding full sussers myself, knowing that I'm going to be on a bike for a very long time, and the longer you can stay on that bike, the better, rather than battering yourself over a shorter period of time. Why not just, stay on that bike for a little bit longer, get more comfortable.
You must have some events in mind when you think about the bike that you're going to use.
Yes,
to
I have.
planning ahead.
Yeah, I have.
But I think that's another episode.
We're talking about that on next week's podcast, but I've definitely got events in mind for that. Obviously they're not going to be on the road. We're not talking about the Solstice Sprint here,
Well, some English roads are pretty bad.
Yeah, but maybe not enough for a full size. I wouldn't have any gripes riding a hardtail on one of them. But like we've already discussed, this Ribble, this Ribble All Grit TI behind me it's custom designed for UK lanes.
Yeah, yeah.
It just,
And is it?
I can well believe
it's full
it's good.
titanium,
it's full titanium apart from the fork, carbon. But yeah.
and there's no suspension anywhere.
No, but it's a titanium frame, so it's beautifully compliant.
So it's got some flex.
Yeah. Right, how about yourself, Ian? What is first on your list?
Oh, well, I had to ask my friends for some ideas because
You've got friends? When did this happen?
I thought we were friends, Steve.
No, yeah, obviously we are. Yeah, we're not just colleagues or acquaintances.
maybe James is my friend.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Maybe Johnny and Rio are my friends.
They are.
I need some friends.
Yeah.
But some of my friends
We're all
were
friends in this room.
suggesting, how to make me faster next year. Tire pressure.
Right.
Tire pressure, which is dynamically changed, automatically controlled. Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Make your tires really hard,
Yeah.
and really soft.
They've
the
employed
road.
that technology in Paris-Roubaix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used it in some of the pro races.
Yeah.
For the last couple of years, I think. So there are a few different systems, some which work, some which do work. I'd like the do work ones. I think the one that
That'd be handy, yeah.
the one that does work, I've heard, is the Grava system, which I think is used by Jumbo,
Right.
or has been used by Jumbo for the last couple of years.
And how does that actually work?
It's a hub-based system,
Yeah.
and I think it works almost like a dynamo, that it takes the kind of your forward movement or the movement of the hub to inflate the tire. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'll be really curious to see, have a play with it, but you can have the tire pressure real-time readout on your Garmin.
Right.
Maybe other head units, but I use Garmin. I'm pretty sure it's compatible with Garmin and designed for that. So between the Grava system and the Garmin, you can then drop your tire pressure for those off-road sections, or you can raise the tire pressure for road sections, easier going. I think
genuinely sounds like a really, really useful tool for
I think that could
ultra
be
riders.
it could be a game changer,
Yeah.
because today I've considered stopping and deflating and then reinflating.
Yeah.
It's always kind of that fine balance of how much terrain am I going to, how much of the course am I going to be on, which is really rocky, hard packed gravel or road or some sort of mix, and when, and is it worth me stopping to deflate my tires or reinflate the tires before the next section?
Yeah.
Whereas if this hub system is just rolling along and reinflating as you go along or deflating, you can just flick a switch literally and it does it for you, and you don't need to worry about
Is it a little puzzle on the side of the...
I'm not sure. I've got enough details, but this is just what I've read and I've been shown, and I think that would be that would save so much time, and you'd go so much faster. You'd have so much more confidence in the technical sections.
You just feel fully in control of your bike, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I mean, that is one of the few things that you probably could legitimately call a game changer.
Absolutely.
As you did. Once you find something that is reliable and works, and obviously doesn't weigh too much, then that is really going to change everything. Because at the moment, every time you pump up your tires in your garage when you're at home before a ride, is basically a compromise, isn't it? You're just reaching a compromise. So it'd be really cool to be able to, hit like an optimal pressure for like everything you ride on. Yeah, it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and according to the literature I've read, it only takes 4 watts of maybe riding 1,000 meters, 800 to 1,000 meters, before it can reinflate 1 bar.
Right.
I don't know how to convert that to
so that's sort of stored, is it, rather than it's taking 4 watts the entire time out of your
forward movement? Yes, I think it's working just like a dynamo, and then it stops.
Okay.
Any sort of drag after that or before that.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's cool.
So self-powered.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Obviously, I've heard of it.
What was the name of the... Can you remember the brand?
Grava.
Grava. Okay,
Grava. That's one.
Yeah, okay.
I think there are other systems out there. I'm not sure if they necessarily work with tubeless or not, but there's also what's the wheel brand beginning with R, and there's also Quark. So
Rotor. Okay.
not Rotor because there's R. It's quite a high-end wheel brand. Can't remember, but yes, it would be great to test them against each other. And
If you know what wheel brand it is, drop it in the comments.
In fact, the guy that you interviewed, the triple world F wrestling champion, Max Rieser, my friend, your interview.
Your friend Max Rieser.
He, oh no, 2 friends. He rides for them. I can't remember the brand now, but anyway, that's one of my picks.
Okay, well, I think that's a really solid option. Yeah.
The other one,
Great idea.
well, I've got 3 actually.
No, we're actually taking it in turns to go around in the
I thought James had 2, didn't he?
No, they were all kind of... Sorry, I kind of got 2 in 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm going to have my second.
They were related. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
So I have 2 more.
Well, being somebody that has to walk up his fair share of ascents, especially off-road, when things get a bit too technical, or indeed, if anything goes off 15%, it becomes a false economy for me to pedal up it. That's when being not overweight, but being bigger boned can start finding you out. I think anything over 10-15%, and us 90 kg types, we just roll backwards. So I need something. I'm not suggesting there's many people out here that are, well, even if you're 120 kilos, whatever, this podcast is open to everyone. Doesn't matter how big or small you are, but I need some shoes to help me walk up these hills. And a lot of SPD style shoes are, I don't know, not the most stable. So I've been looking for something that can almost double as like a walking shoe. So I've landed on, after a little bit of research, I've landed on the Shimano GE7s, the cleat of which is completely recessed into the sole of the shoe, really unassuming, and the shoes themselves almost look like trainers, but they've got good, you can cinch them up with laces and an extra Velcro strap. So I think, these are going to be perfect for me on the rides that I've got. Some of the rides I've got planned next year to help me sort of walk up and
Maybe do some hiker bike.
down hills because I sometimes have to walk down hills, if there's too technical.
Yeah.
I walk down hills, and you can turn an ankle if you're coming down a hill with boulders and whatnot on it. So I'm going to really put these to the test, though. I am going to run 5K in my Hoka Speed Goats. Then
That's a running shoe.
That's a running goat. That's a trail running shoe. And then I'm going to run, not directly afterwards, maybe the following day or 2 days afterwards. Then I'm going to run 5K in the Shimano GE7s and see how much time I can see if there's much.
See how many shin splints you get.
No, they look, honestly, they. I mean, I've worn similar shoes. They're very similar to a mountain biking shoe, but with a with a recessed cleat.
Yeah,
I think there's a more critical factor in that you want for a hiker bike shoe.
Go on.
Because I've done some hiker bike in road shoes and standard gravel shoes like the Shimano RX8s, and you really need some flex in that sole.
Yeah.
So if you've got a super stiff sole, it's really hard to walk. It's hard to get grip into anything. Whereas with a bit of flex, your toes can grip more on the terrain. And I've tried some different shoes recently.
Well, these definitely haven't got a carbon sole, so it should be better than the hiker biking I had to do on the Chilterns Way when, for some reason, I went out there with a road shoe. Don't ask.
You and your equipment, Steve.
No, don't ask. I also rode the British Gravel Nationals on a road shoe, and that was
probably a bit more appropriate there because you weren't getting off the bike.
Perfect shoe for them. But yeah, that's next for me. I want to take care of my feet and turn my ankles over less and just be more comfortable walking because, there is a certain amount of walking involved in ultras, off-road ultras, whether you like it or not, really. So, yeah, that's the way I'm sort of looking at going next year. Full sussers and
for comfort all the way.
Full sussers and sensible shoes.
Well, you're pushing 50 now, Steve, so
I know.
Why not?
I know Shimano do sandals, but do they do slippers for Steve?
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, if they're stowable.
And maybe some sort of Shimano pipe.
Yeah, a pipe and sort of. Yeah, I wonder if they do like a sachet of Horlicks that has extra carbs in it. That'd be nice.
Electrolyte Horlicks. Yeah, I gotta say, e-bike.
Oh, he said it.
Are we allowed to say that around here?
Gone. Yeah,
we've talked about e-bikes before.
I love an e-bike,
and it's not a rude word.
It's not.
I'll give my opinion in a second, but carry on.
It's not a rude word.
So,
what was it? In the dictionary? What would you find under e-bike?
Probably electric powered cycle. I mean,
go on. E-bike. Why an e-bike?
Okay, I would like an e-bike because I think it'd probably get me out more. Because at the moment, we've talked about sort of weight and everything a bit too much in this podcast already, probably. But I'm heavy enough that I'm finding it every hill diabolical. And, I know the obvious thing is just get out there and ride more, then you won't be as heavy, and then the hills will be easier. Yeah, it's true.
It doesn't work like that.
It's very true. But the thing is...
Especially when you're 50.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come off as easy as it used to be. But my feeling is having an e-bike, I would just ride more. Because it would be more enjoyable. And having already had quite a lot of experience with e-bikes. I tested the Specialized Creo last year, the Creo 2, which was quite frankly absolutely amazing. And if I had £7,500, I might have bought it, but I would worry that I might not have gone back to a mechanical bike. But
and what kind of bike was this? What is it? Road bike, hardtail, full size?
The Creo, Specialized Creo, is like a fairly full-on gravel bike.
Okay, gravel.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Bit of suspension at the front. Yeah, bit of give at the back. So my feeling is that, especially in the winter as well, when it's a bit harder to kind of force yourself out of bed on those rotten days, get out there on the e-bike's in the garage. It's sort of calling to you, and it's going to propel you on the hardest bits. Then my feeling is I'll come out of winter fitter than I probably would otherwise. And I know, for a lot of people, might be shaking their head. I'm sorry. But I think having the experience I've had, you can get into every zone on an e-bike. So it's not just easy pedaling. If you go on a hill, then you can sort of put the hammer down and you can take yourself right up into zone 7 or wherever you want to go. Your heart rate can go through the roof. It is what you want to make of it. Or you can switch the turbo on and make it that bit easier. You can get a really good workout. So I think it's not the cheating sort of method that I think a lot of people might see it as.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as you're not taking my cons.
No, there's a really funny Strava segment, actually, where somebody's written such and such a lane, it's a hill, in brackets. If you're on an e-bike, say so.
Well, actually, if you do it correctly,
really angry with e-bikers,
If you do it right, you just register your ride on Strava. You just label it as an e-bike ride, and it doesn't give you don't appear on the KOMs
No, you just
list.
do it, but you can get KOMs on an e-bike just on the e-bike list.
Right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
1,000 more e-bike, that sort of thing.
No, just I think most of them, you can just amble along at 500 watts.
Oof.
Well, the heart rate.
There should probably be an extra sort of category for de-restricted e-bikes. I mean, you could take it.
And it comes
degree,
with, it comes with a special police record.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
I think I would be the last one to say I would ever consider using an e-bike. And I find myself actually agreeing with you in a certain way, because from organizing a race, I need to go places and I need to ride far because I want to see where I'm sending riders and I want to explore different routes and actually feel the ground beneath me, see the area, see if it's safe. And I'm also carrying lots of camera equipment. Usually I'm carrying about 4 or 5 cameras. And it weighs probably about 5-10 kilos plus other stuff because I'm just going by bike. And to carry that amount of weight plus spare clothes, plus the usual kit, food, water, it all adds up to something like 15 kilos. And I want to ride far. Yeah. So the solution I found is for mountainous terrain is to ride an e-bike. So I'd actually like to do that. So I can concentrate on doing my job, riding far, but still seeing lots of places. And
they have got the range on them is pretty. I mean, I've ridden like a really hilly 50 miler in the Surrey Hills on a friend's white. It was a white. Can't remember the name of it. Mountain bike, and
that's White the brand, not White a color.
It was white and it was white.
Oh, it was white and white.
Yeah,
crazy.
And it 50 miles didn't touch the sides with regards to battery life.
So would you say it was all white?
It was all white on the night. It was all white during the day as well. What was that?
Lovely stuff.
All right on the night. That was Dennis Norden, wasn't it?
Dennis Norton.
Not Dennis Norton. Was it all right on the night?
Yeah, and it was a very long time ago, so most people are going to be thinking, what the hell are you on about?
Blooper show. BBC One. Google it. Classic.
Let's move on before this turns into a blooper show.
Okay. My last item today.
Did I get a go?
Oh, sorry. You'll go.
I got 3 goes. I only had 1.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get 2. I'll get 2 in before you
get 2 in, and I'll put my last one in.
Okay, so
I've got 1 more. Anyway, carry on.
All right, thanks.
Oh yeah,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, I think I remembered the name of the other brand for the tire pressure system. So yeah, Grava, Quark. I think Quark Whiz, and also Reserve. So that's Max Reese's sponsor. Okay. So those 3. I think there are others too. But my next tech one is a classified hub.
Right.
So what is that? That is a hub which enables you to run a single ring, and all the gizmos, all the gubbins are in the hub, to give you extra gear range. So it's almost like you're running a double. So 2 chain rings, you
Right.
don't need 2 chain rings, you only need 1. And for off-road, usually mountain bikes are only made with without a front mech mount. They're only usually single ring. Whereas on roadie, or transitioning roadie, should I say, I like a close ratio between all my gears. So that'll enable me to run a closer range cassette, and with a classified hub at the back, I've got a much, much wider gear ratio.
So
Okay.
with a hub, you've still got a cassette on the back.
Yeah.
So the hub is acting as
So there are internal gubbins, just like hub gears.
a Sturmey Archer,
Yeah,
for example.
Sturmey Archer
Yeah.
and others like Roll-Off or Kindernay, the Norwegian kind of Roll-Off. And it's all done inside. So it gives you 2 gears inside, which doubles the number.
Oh, I see.
So it's like having a double chain set at the front, basically.
Right. Oh, okay.
But it's all hidden inside the hub.
So it is just 2 set ratios in the hub.
Yeah.
There's not, you can't move between them in sort of
No.
increments, sort of.
So it's not like a roll-off in that respect, or the hub gears where it's kind of just sliding up and down almost.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so how does that compare when it comes to, for example, all the stuff that you would need normally for a double chain set in terms of weight?
I think
So you've got the mech and the cable and the shifter.
Yeah, that's a good question, James. So I think it's slightly heavier than the usual hub. But yeah, you don't need the front mech, you don't need 2 chain rings, and it's all enclosed. And for me, actually, it's got another application, and I'd like to use one on a tandem,
Okay.
because tandem drivetrains are extremely complicated, and usually you only run a single chain ring. So that gives you quite a limited gear range. And on a tandem, you go on the flat really fast, but when you go uphill, you need more gears because it's double the weight. You got you got two riders, double the weights, and so and it's harder also to ride uphill because you've got to ride in tandem as a team, in sync, in order to keep going on, especially on the steep stuff. So that's my experience, and I think a classified hub could be perfect for a tandem as long as it's reliable and we don't break it.
Yeah.
So can you set the gear ratios at whatever sort of ratio you want, or is it kind of predetermined when you buy it?
I'm not sure, and that's something I'd like to find out. What kind of chain ring sizes would it simulate? What is it good for the flat? Is it good for mountains? Is it can you do both with that hub? That's something I'd really like to explore. And can I use it off road and on a tandem? That would be amazing to use, because all the other alternatives out there, like Roll-Off, Kindernay, you have to use like a belt drive. You have to use, it's extremely expensive. Technically, these other hub gears won't fit on a regular bike, whereas on a classified hub, it just fits in the wheel, and you just put it into your bike.
Yeah.
Shimano Alfine system is notorious for breaking down. It's quite old as well, and doesn't give you a big gear ratio, whereas the classified hub, you can choose your cassette, you can choose a chain ring, and we'll see what sort of gear ratio we can use.
Do you have any idea of the prices for the classified?
I don't. It's something that I've never looked into because I couldn't necessarily afford it, or didn't want to afford it. But
it's on your list.
Wish list.
Yeah, on your wish list.
I mean, it sounds awesome for an ultra ride, because you've got all that stuff that would normally be at the front. It's enclosed, it's out the way. You're not going to smash it on a rock or something like that in the middle of nowhere.
And I have friends who've
got all those
used
extra
it,
gears.
and it's especially useful for the bigger bikes, like your cargo bikes and so forth. And I think it would be ideal for the tandem, as I said. But to have everything enclosed, as long as it's reliable, would be amazing. So if Classified want to send me a hub and a whole wheel, that would be great.
Yeah.
And what size is the wheel?
700C, 29er. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Answers in the comments if you want to send us one of those. And also, if you'd like to send me, I have had issues since time immemorial of not being able to wear sunglasses for more than 10 minutes before they fog up with sweat and God knows what else, and I can't see anything. So they've
Is this related to the 2.9 litres an hour figure by
Heavy
HR?
sweater.
I guess so. 2.9 litres an hour, FYI. Yeah, so I'm basically searching for a pair of glasses, sunnies or well, just photochromic, that can, yeah,
With a bit of venting.
with a bit of venting that can help me through, because I'm basically bored of getting bugs in my eyes and, getting bits of grit in my eyes and stuff like that. So I need a good pair of glasses. And I think Oakley, in the EV0 blades, they've come up with the goods. I'm yet to test them, but my colleague at Cycling Weekly has. So I'm going to look to get a pair of these sunnies for riding next year. So
Yeah, I mean, photochromic lenses are great, and these are great for that. But these also fog up, not particularly good.
Right.
So, I think, in certain conditions, especially in the cold,
will these
quite bad for fogging up, can't it?
No, I mean in the heat for me.
In the heat, it's
oh
worse.
God, yeah. I mean, actually, it's better in the cold, better in winter for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So we gave them a 4.5-star review in Cycling Weekly. They are 29 grams. There's 6 colours available, and the reasons to buy: outstanding clarity, which is pretty helpful with a pair of glasses.
You need to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Very lightweight, secure and comfortable fit, and a big promise of no fogging up. Now, Oakley, I'd like to put that to the test, and I am going to put it to the test. If I can find a pair of glasses, I even was thinking about, found a pair of mountain biking downhill goggles the other day. I was thinking about taking them out, but they probably would be even worse because there's absolutely no venting at all, is there?
No, there isn't.
And if you just got the smallest amount of moisture in there, it's not going anywhere. So, a new pair of photochromic, no mist, no fog glasses is really high up on my list of things to get because, like I say, my eyes have received all manner of matter.
Yeah,
this year.
I think I'd be interested in that as well.
Yeah,
It's something which doesn't fog up.
Yeah.
When I'm fat biking, I have terrible trouble because you're going a lot slower. The temperature difference between your breath and the ambient air temperature is huge. So fogging up is terrible.
well, it's because I run hot anyway. That's the reason I get. I run really hot. So
Sweat a lot.
And when you're when you're on the trails in the sort of middle of the countryside, surrounded by sort of foliage either
Vegetation,
side,
and
you're getting a lot of bugs crossing the path.
Exactly.
So-
And you're doing those on-off efforts, those sort of stochastic efforts. Is that a word?
Stochastic.
Yeah, it's where you're on and off the pedal. So you're 1 minute you're breathing hard, next minute so you're breathing hard up the hill, gives that moisture a chance to build up in the glasses. Then you go down, can't see anything. So
Not ideal.
That sounds interesting. So what's your last choice?
My
Before I get
final
mine.
choice actually is they are boots, winter boots, and in fact I already have.
Cowboy
No, funnily enough,
cowboy boots with cleats.
Cowgirl boots.
not even that. These I already have the item because I've got it in to test, and in fact it's a brand new item from Northwave. They are called the Celsius XT Arctic GTX boots.
Oh, that just trips off the tongue, doesn't it?
It just falls out like that. But I mean, they are pretty crazy. I mean, you say cowboy boots; these are bling. When you think of it, your normal winter boots is just going to be black. These are kind of they're sort of a pale grey, almost that reflective sort of surface that you would see.
You're going to turn into Michael Jackson when you put them on.
I'm going disco dancing.
You're going to start moonwalking out your drive on the way to
I mean, I think
Right.
you'd have to do them justice.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, probably.
So how high does the collar go on the
Yeah,
boots?
just sort of thigh high.
Thigh high. Is it made out of
Standard.
is it made out of latex or leather?
So standard kind of ankle, sort of low calf height, I'd say.
Does it come with stockings and suspenders? I think you've come to the wrong podcast today.
I think your imagination is taking you to some
Yeah.
very weird
Don't talk
places.
to me about coming to the wrong podcast.
Well, it's
yeah.
the one that's going on about thigh high.
You're asking your brother about his
Well, you know,
footwear choices. Is this your imagination? Can you actually? Oh,
Well,
goodness.
I mean,
I
you
don't
know-
have to think about what James is going to wear. Right, moving on.
yes.
Right. So I've not tested these yet. I'm really looking forward to getting out on a bike. It's been a little bit warm so far, so bring on the cold weather and be riding them in earnest. And you know, because the thing is, like we've talked about this before, clothing when it comes to your footwear. You know, the standard sort of boots the overshoes that you'd ride on the road, they are not ideal for sort of walking around gravel paths in. So, you know,
Especially when they're thigh high.
so yeah, so some proper winter boots.
Okay, that's really interesting because I would like to try those as well. I would like them. Steve,
What? Just wondering.
Stop it.
Just wondering what's next on your list.
behave.
Yeah.
I would like to try them because when I go to Norway every Christmas, December's a cold time, snow's coming in. Stop it, Steve. I have winter boots out there. I've tried different types, but none are perfect because when you're walking through snow, you need some flex in your boot. Also, the snow can come up very high. Yes, thigh
Thigh?
high.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, yeah.
and even higher. I've fallen over in snow.
Maybe some.
Almost neck high.
What do you call them? Wade. What do they call them?
Waders,
Yeah, waders, yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I also had a conversation with James Benson King over the weekend.
Yeah.
That biking Viking rides.
Biking Viking.
He's into doing
Super duper ultra rider.
yeah,
We'll probably have him on the podcast next month, hopefully.
not quite as fast as me, but you know,
Well, you know, he's still learning.
solid rider.
He's still learning his trade.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
From me,
Yeah. Well, you know.
solid rider. Came 8th at Veer.
Came eighth at Veer.
Stellar performance.
Yeah, unreal.
Highest placed rookie.
And the guy is about 100 kilos. So
90 kilos. 90 kilos.
no, he's about 100.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's massive.
He's a former
lost-
rugby player, isn't he?
American
He is.
football player.
American football.
Yeah,
Rugby.
and American football, whichever.
He lost a lot of weight during Veer, so I think he was probably in the 80s.
No.
He dropped a lot. He may have put it back on, but anyway.
Yeah, you digress.
Yeah, we should wait until he's
digress.
here to speak for
Yeah,
himself,
yeah.
really.
He-
James, if you're watching, drop your weight in the comments.
So James is planning to do a world record by being the fastest guy across the Antarctic to the South Pole, and part of his preparation is doing, snow events, snow fat biking events, and one of them happens to be about a few hours from where my partner Ingeborg's family live in Norway. So that's something that I was thinking about doing. I have been thinking about for some time. It's called the Fat Viking, and it's 160k in late January. So there's going to be a lot of snow in a place called Geilo, Norway, central Norway. So we are both thinking about doing that, and I need to test some new winter boots. I need something better when I go fat biking.
Okay, yeah, so interesting, yeah.
So yeah,
Well, we'll have to get you both on to talk about that after you've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon they've got to be. They seem like they ought to be a great solution for winter riding. For gravel off-road winter riding. So yeah, really, personally, I'm really looking forward to trying mine out, and yeah, that'd be great if you could get some as well.
yeah,
okay.
I'd love to try some.
All right, last one, Ian, for yourself.
Yes. Okay, my third one, the final one, is the, I don't know if it's SRAM or RockShox flight attendant system. So it's like a fully automated suspension control system based on the terrain that you're riding and how hard you're pedaling. So I think it's got a pedal sensor, There's control in the rear shock and the front suspension.
Very popular with mountain bikers, cross-country mountain bikers.
I hear it's like magic.
Marathon mountain
Yes,
bikers.
I hear it's like magic. It's just like a miracle solution for, you don't need to press any buttons for your lockout. It does it all for you based on, how much bounce you're getting.
And they'll probably introduce some AI technology into that sooner rather than later as well.
I hope not. I don't want Skynet to take over my suspension.
Yeah, well, yeah. You might turn into a T1000 while you're doing it.
Well, Ian, he just keeps going. He never ever stops, does he?
Yeah.
Until he's won.
It's not quite true.
Yeah.
And I do lose sometimes.
That's true, yeah. I mean, did the Terminator stop for, meals and stuff like meal deals?
Didn't he?
Definitely not meal
He
deals.
only stopped to get some boots and
A motorcycle.
glasses and some motorcycles.
That's cheating.
And a shotgun.
And a shotgun. And he fared reasonably well until
He fell into some
unplugged.
lava.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's Terminator 2. I'm talking about Terminator 1. The less said about Terminator 3, the better. Anyway, that's movie reviews.
Just back in the room quickly. How does the flight attendant work exactly?
We are talking about bikes, right?
Just went off into okay. Can we talk
Had to
about
check.
Sorry.
talk about Total Recall next? Right. No. Go on.
Next movie review next week.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's configured. My friends say it's easy to set up. I'd really like to try it out.
Yeah. Okay.
So does it mount inside or sort of outside the shock, or?
I think there's probably a sensor in each part of the system. There's
Yeah.
definitely a pedal sensor. There's something in the front suspension, something in the rear. I'd really like to try it out.
You're going to be fully automated next year, aren't you? You are really. You're going to be riding a computer with wheels on it.
I can just switch off my brain and think about V.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, talking of 80s big screen stuff, small screen stuff, Automan. Anyone remember that? Because that's what you're going to become.
No, I don't remember it.
No.
It was off the back of Knight Rider.
Oh. No.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, you digress again.
once again,
I thought that was Street Hawk that was back off the back of Knight Rider.
and
But,
Automan.
yeah,
Yeah.
never heard of it. Anyway,
Well, we used to watch it together.
really?
Yeah.
Who was
He's in
it?
denial.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it was rubbish, and it was on for about a year, but
Yeah, that's why I don't remember it.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay, thank you very much for humouring us and listening to our top tips for, well, our sort of wish lists, how we're going to make ourselves faster next season. And we hope if you've got any tips yourself, maybe drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.